vitamin D level and therapeutic response of patients with tuberculosis in Basra. Vitamin D is a lipid-soluble vitamin. There are two forms of vitamin D. Vitamin D2, which is also called ergocalciferol, and vitamin D3, which is also called cholecalciferol, which is synthesized mainly in the skin after exposure to sunlight, in addition to dietary source for both D2 and D3. Two hydroxylation steps. The first one takes place in the liver, result in formation of calcidiol, and the other one occurs at renal level, result in formation of calcitriol. In addition to its well-known effect on calcium and phosphate metabolism, vitamin D has other significant effects in controlling infectious diseases as tuberculosis, reducing inflammation, and supporting cardiovascular system. Vitamin D deficiency. Despite high exposure to sunlight, studies in the Middle East, particularly in Gulf region, have reported extremely low levels of serum vitamin D. Different cutoff points to define vitamin D deficiency were reported, mainly 20 and 10 nanogram per mole. There are several methods for vitamin D assay. High-performance liquid chromatography, liquid chromatography tandem mass spectrometry, chemiluminescence immunoassay, enzyme-linked fluorescence assay, enzyme-linked immunosorbent assay, and radioimmunoassay. Examples of studies of vitamin D deficiency prevalence. In Basra, 62.4%. In Saudi Arabia, 92% of men and 98% of women. Qatar, 64%. Iran, 85.2%. Jordan, 11.3%. And in Kuwait, 81.7% of boys and 93.4% of girls were vitamin D deficient. Low vitamin D level has been associated with a wide range of health problems, as cardiovascular, respiratory, and gastrointestinal diseases, rheumatoid arthritis, and diabetes mellitus. Relationship of vitamin D to tuberculosis. Vitamin D deficiency might be associated with increased prevalence and activity of TB. Vitamin D has been reported to enhance host immune response against Mycobacterium tuberculosis. Therefore, a therapeutic role for vitamin D in treatment of TB has been suggested. In contrast, other studies had reported opposite findings. For example, sufficient vitamin D was found to be associated with positive pulmonary tuberculosis, and high level of vitamin D could be a risk factor for the household contacts to develop active TB. Tuberculosis. It is a major public health problem. The WHO estimates that 1/3 of the world population has latent TB, and approximately 10% will develop active disease. In Iraq, the incidence of TB was reported to be 45 per 100,000 per year, according to a report of Ministry of Health. Objectives and research questions. Does serum vitamin D level in the newly diagnosed TB patient differ from its level in matched, apparently healthy control subjects in Basra? Vitamin D is measured by two methods, chemiluminescence immunoassay and enzyme-linked fluorescent assay. So to what extent these two methods differ from each other in measuring these samples? Is vitamin D deficiency related to treatment response in the form of sputum conversion at the end of the initial 2 months of TB treatment? To what extent serum level of vitamin D is affected by treatment with anti-TB drugs? What is the effect of different patients and disease characteristics on changes in vitamin D serum concentration? Patients and methods. Newly diagnosed TB patients, both pulmonary and extrapulmonary, on no vitamin D supplement prior to diagnosis were recruited for this study. Patients were followed 2 and 5 months after starting anti-TB treatment. Apparently healthy individual, matched for age, gender, and body mass index, and as much as possible for other characteristics were selected as a control. The study was conducted at Basra TB Center during the period from September 2018 to June 2019. Total 25-hydroxyvitamin D in serum was estimated using two methods, chemiluminescence immunoassay and enzyme-linked fluorescent assay. In the present study, the metabolically stable form of vitamin D, which is a combination of 25-hydroxyvitamin D2 and 25-hydroxyvitamin D3, was measured. Other measured parameters include calcium, phosphorus, alkaline phosphatase,